Hi everyone, I'm Paul, and I'm doing this because a few people have asked me what I'm doing with stocks and options. I thought it would be easier to create this so others could view and ask questions as well. I'm going to start with the basics. Hopefully, you're coming into this with some understanding of what a stock or equity share is in a publicly traded company. On the more well-traded stocks, there's an options market that is also traded, which is based on the underlying stock. Owning one of these options gives you the right to trade the stock at a specific price called the strike price. These options don't last forever, so they all come with an expiration date. The options are divided into two types. One type is referred to as a call, and that gives the owner the right to purchase the underlying stock at the strike price. The other type is called a put, and it gives the owner the right to sell the stock at the strike price. I'm not sure why these names were given. To remember them, one might think of the old days when stocks were traded as paper certificates, with people making phone calls. If I wanted your stock, I had to call you up for it. And if I wanted to sell my stock to you, I had to put the stock certificate in your office. Last but not least, options are sold as a contract which represent the possible trade of 100 shares of the underlying stock. Let's look at how these options might play out with some examples. Let's say I bought a call option on Verizon stock with a strike price of $40 per share and an expiration date 3 weeks from now. The amount of money I pay for this option is called the option premium. We will say the premium for this call option is 50 cents. So if I bought two of these options, I would be paying the number of options times the premium price times 100, or 2 times 50 cents times 100, which is $100. Once I own these options, I can buy the 200 shares of Verizon stock at $40 per share at any time up until the expiration date by exercising the options. If the price of Verizon rose up to $42 and I exercise the options, then I would have 200 shares at a value of 42 times 200 or $8,400, but it would have only cost me 200 times 40, my strike price, plus my option cost, or $8,100. This scenario is called being in the money. If Verizon's trading below my strike price, it wouldn't make sense for me to exercise that option and buy at a price higher than the market price, and I am said to be out of the money. Conversely, if I bought two put options on Verizon with a strike price of 40 at a premium of 30 cents, then I would pay 2 times 30 cents times 100, or $60. If the price of Verizon dropped to 38, it would be in the money because I could sell Verizon stock at an above market price of 40 when the market is at 38. But if the price of Verizon rose above 40, I would be out of the money. A quick Google search will show you a return graph for either of these scenarios. But I'd also like to point out another set of scenarios. Rather than buying these options, what if I sold them? If I sold a call option, then I get to keep the premium the buyer gave me, but I'm exposed to the risk that the stock price rises. Similarly, by selling a put option, I also get to keep the premium, but I'm exposed to the risk that the stock price falls and I have to buy the underlying stock at an above market price. As you can imagine, trading options might seem pretty risky. To keep the risk under control for both you and the brokerage firm you are using, there are different levels of options trading. I'm going to stick with the lowest level of risk called level 1. At level 1, if you sell a put option, you need to retain the amount of cash in your account so that at any time you have the money to buy that stock if your option buyer decides to exercise the put option you sold. Similarly, if you sell a call option, you need to already own enough shares of that stock to satisfy the sale of the stock if the option buyer wants to exercise the call option. Owning the stock is referred to as selling a covered call, while not owning the stock would be referred to as a naked call. Selling a naked call option would mean you have to go into the market and buy the stock to satisfy the exercised option, no matter what the stock price has risen to. I'm going to stop here for this episode. Next time we will talk about what I'm doing and why I think it works. If you enjoyed this or are interested, please comment and subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll try to address as many as I can. Thanks for watching, and take care.